The pros and cons of school uniforms. A debate on student identity, equality, and discipline. Introduction. Imagine walking into a school hallway where every student is dressed in the same shirt, the same pants, and the same shoes. At first glance, it may appear that individuality has disappeared. However, supporters of school uniforms argue that these matching outfits create a sense of unity and reduce distractions. Critics, on the other hand, believe uniforms limit personal expression and place unnecessary restrictions on students. The debate over school uniforms has existed for decades. Many schools around the world have adopted uniform policies in an effort to improve academic environments, strengthen school culture, and reduce social conflicts. Yet, others question whether clothing regulations actually solve the problems schools face. Today, we will examine both the advantages and disadvantages of school uniforms and explore whether they truly benefit students. Section 1. Promoting equality. Among students. One of the strongest arguments in favor of school uniforms is that they can promote equality. In many schools, clothing has become a symbol of social status. Students may feel pressure to wear expensive brands or fashionable outfits in order to gain acceptance from their peers. Uniforms can reduce these economic differences by creating a more standardized appearance. When everyone is dressed similarly, students may be less likely to judge each other based on the cost or style of their clothing. This can help create an environment where students are recognized for their abilities, personalities, and achievements rather than their financial background. For example, a student wearing a simple uniform does not immediately reveal whether their family can afford designer clothing or expensive accessories. This reduction of visible economic competition may help decrease feelings of insecurity and embarrassment among students. However, equality through uniforms has limitations. Even when students wear identical clothing, differences in technology, transportation, social activities, and personal experiences still exist. A uniform may reduce one form of comparison, but it cannot completely eliminate social inequality. Section 2. Improving discipline and academic focus. Another major argument supporting school uniforms is that they encourage discipline and improve concentration. Supporters believe that when students wear clothing associated with a professional academic environment, they may develop a more serious attitude toward learning. Uniforms can also simplify the morning routine. Instead of spending significant time deciding what to wear, students can focus their energy on preparing for school. Parents may also appreciate uniforms because they reduce conflicts about appropriate clothing choices. Some educators argue that uniforms help establish a stronger connection between students and their school community. Wearing the same clothing can create a sense of belonging and remind students that they are part of a larger organization with shared goals and expectations. Nevertheless, research on the connection between uniforms and academic improvement remains debated. A uniform alone cannot guarantee better grades, increased motivation, or improved behavior. Factors such as teaching quality, family support, school resources, and student engagement often have a much greater impact on academic success. Section 3. Limiting individual expression. One of the most common criticisms of school uniforms is that they restrict individuality. Clothing is an important way that many teenagers express their identity, creativity, cultural background, and personal preferences. Adolescence is a period when many young people are discovering who they are. The ability to make choices about appearance can contribute to confidence and independence. Critics argue that forcing students to follow strict clothing rules may prevent them from developing their personal style. For some students, uniforms can feel uncomfortable because they believe their appearance no longer represents their personality. A student who enjoys creative fashion choices may feel limited by a uniform policy that requires everyone to look the same. However, supporters respond that individuality is not limited to clothing. They argue that students can still express themselves through their ideas, talents, friendships, hobbies, and accomplishments. According to this perspective, a uniform changes appearance, but does not remove a person's identity. Section 4. Financial and practical concerns. Although uniforms can reduce pressure to buy expensive fashionable clothing, they can also create financial challenges. Purchasing multiple sets of uniforms, especially for growing children, can become costly for families. Some schools require specific brands, colors, or designs that are only available from certain suppliers. This lack of flexibility may increase expenses and create difficulties for families with limited financial resources. Another concern is comfort. Depending on the material and design, uniforms may not always be practical for different weather conditions or physical activities. Students may prefer clothing that allows greater movement, especially during physical education classes or outdoor activities. Schools that use uniforms must carefully consider affordability, comfort, and accessibility. A policy intended to create fairness should not accidentally create new barriers for students. Section 5. Safety and school identity. There are also arguments that uniforms can improve school safety. When students wear recognizable clothing, staff members may be able to identify who belongs on campus more easily. This can be especially helpful in large schools where many people enter and leave throughout the day. In addition, uniforms can strengthen school identity. Athletic teams, workplaces, and organizations often use specific clothing to represent unity and cooperation. Schools may view uniforms in a similar way, encouraging students to feel connected to their community. However, critics argue that safety concerns can be addressed through other methods, such as improved security systems, visitor procedures, and responsible supervision. They believe that uniforms should not be presented as a complete solution to complex safety issues. The question of whether schools should require uniforms does not have a simple answer. School uniforms offer several potential benefits, including reduced clothing competition, increased school unity, and a more organized appearance. At the same time, they may create challenges by limiting self-expression, creating additional expenses, and restricting student choice. Ultimately, the effectiveness of school uniforms depends on how they are implemented.
A thoughtful uniform policy should consider the needs of students, families, and educators.
Schools should focus not only on what students wear, but also on creating an environment where every student feels respected, supported, and motivated to succeed. A uniform may change the way a student looks, but the true measure of a school should always be the quality of its education and the character of the people within it.